This is part of the dumb stuff that I do for the cold open. Holy crap, I'm shaking the camera. All right, let's do this. Welcome back to Desperate Radio, and we are at a very special event tonight. Be the Light Mixer and Networking event with CyRoot Academy and CyRoot. And we are here recording live. We just tried it out with Hello Henderson. Now we're going to try it with Desperate Radio, the mothership of the podcast. So we are going to have a lot of special things happening today. First of all, we're going to interview some people like we always do, but yours truly will be hosting the event tonight, and I'll be leading a discussion panel on adapting to change in operations. So stay tuned, stick around. We should be able to capture some pictures, some good videos, and hopefully we'll put something together that makes sense for everybody, and hopefully it looks good to you. All right, so we'll be right back with our first guest, Asal Vox Gibson. And we are back with Asal Vox Gibson, the CEO and founder of CyRoot and CyRoot Academy. People should know you because we already recorded an episode together, right? It's actually dropping today, right now as we speak. It's live right now, by the way.
All right, let's go.
All right. I know one thing that you always still have to talk to people about is being the light. What does the being the light mean to you?
Being the light is creating communities, creating opportunities, paving that path, being out there for people around you, starting with your family, with your friends, with your neighbors, and making life better.
What message do you want to tell the people out there about being the light?
Go out, be the light as much as you can, because that little act of kindness, the opportunities, the doors you open for others really matter. They do change lives. And Christ said we should not live by bread alone. So go out and do something magnificent by being the light for others around you.
So we're putting a challenge out there for you today. How are you going to be the light for anybody in your life or anybody that you don't know? So we'll be right back with more guest speakers. Thank you, Asal Vox Gibson. All right, and we are back with Chad Haskell from Palo Alto Networks. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing very well,
Welcome to
thank
the
you.
show. This is Desperate Radio.
All right.
It's a play on having a practice in bad Agile. That's the purpose.
Somebody
I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you tell us who you are and what are you doing here?
I'm Chad Haskell, and I'm a solutions consultant from Palo Alto Networks. And we were invited by Vox to be able to speak here. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is something I'm very passionate about is leveraging our browser, right? Our secure browser, so that you can actually leverage some efficacy and things that you're already doing, but to be able to provide a continuity of security across your environment.
Without giving too much about your presentation, what's one thing that you want people to walk away from?
The thing that I want people to walk away with is I want them to walk away with an understanding that they don't have to continue to solve new problems with old solutions, that there are new solutions to be able to address these emerging problems. AI is a big one. And the reality is that in order to combat AI, you need AI to be able to combat it. So leveraging new solutions to solve new problems.
I feel like I just led you into the next question. What does being the light mean to you?
You know what? So for me, being the light is really just about providing value, right? Being that person that's not just there to install another product or swap logos on a device that's already installed, but really taking the time to dig in with the person to figure out the problems that they're trying to solve and to really solve them in a very efficient way. So to me, that's what being the light is. If I can go in and I can provide value in somebody's life and somebody's environment, providing value to our fellow community. That's what being the light is to me.
There you go. Chad Haskell with Palo Alto Networks. Check him out. Thank you so much. We'll be right back. All right, and we're back with Stathi from Palo Alto Networks. Hi, Stathi. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Welcome to
Thank you.
Desperate
Thank
Radio.
you. Great to be here.
Tell us who you are. What are you doing here?
All right. My name's Stathi Touloumis. I am in sales at Palo Alto Networks. So I'm here to support Vox and the greater community, specifically for cybersecurity, but also broadly just technology in general and just, helping people be successful in their specific roles and connect them with other people that can help them in any way possible.
For those who are not in the industry and because you're in sales, what is your most easiest way to explain what is Palo Alto Network?
What is Palo Alto Networks? We help, so specifically, I sell to the government. So we help the government stay secure with their technology. I'm sure maybe on the news you're hearing a lot about either Russia or other states trying to
Hacking,
tap
yep,
into
yep.
your computer,
Yep.
trying to steal your credit card. Palo Alto Networks helps with all of that, right? We usually help with larger organizations that have a lot of complexity and a lot of things to lock down or secure. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
What does being the light mean to you?
Being the light means sharing your own uniqueness with a greater community, because I think oftentimes we all want to gravitate toward what is comfortable, but I think we learn the most by collaborating and talking with people that have different backgrounds, different uniqueness that they could share and help us learn and grow.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, and we'll be right back. All right, and we are back with Yarnell. Did I say that correctly? So, Yarnell, tell us who you are and how did you find your way into this lovely evening?
Okay, I'm a 19-year-old from Vegas. I'm a cybersecurity student at Western Governors University, and I was a previous student of Vox's, and she invited me to this networking event recently, and I'm just here to just try and grow my connections and just break myself into the cybersecurity field and just build.
Excellent. Well, I mean, 19-year-olds usually are out partying. They're
Yeah.
not checking places like this
Uh-huh.
out. So I'm very impressed right now. So
Yeah.
what field are you trying to get into?
Specifically, like my long-term goal, I would definitely want to be like a penetration tester. But right now, I'm just trying to get like into like help desk or like a beginning like entry level like network analyst role or something like that. Just trying to start off small because I know that like those further cybersecurity positions obviously want a lot of experience and stuff.
So what does being the light mean to you?
Being the light means to me is that you should be like an inspiration and serve as somebody to look up to anytime that you can. And you should always be there for other people and be positive and just make your community better whenever you can.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Of course.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
All right. And we'll be right back. And we are back with Carl from
Las Vegas.
Carl. Welcome to Desperate Radio.
Hey, thank you.
All right. Tell
Appreciate
us
it.
who you are and what are you doing here?
Okay, sure. My name's Carl Jones. I am the Director of Cybersecurity for the school district here at Clark County. Been at the district for 26 years now. And I joined the board of CyRoot a couple of years ago. I met Vox, the founder. She was doing some work for the school district and asked me to join the board. And so here I am today.
Oh, we're glad to have you here. And tell us about cybersecurity in schools. A lot of people think, oh, what do schools need cybersecurity for? It's probably one of the most penetrated
Yeah.
industries, right?
Yeah, it really is. The amount of the attack surface we have is so big because we're doing so much. We're not just educating kids, but we also have our own food production and distribution, like the biggest in the state. We have the biggest transportation fleet in the state. We have our own police force. We have our own TV channels, our own construction company, basically. So it's like we're in all these different industries. We're not just teaching kids. That is our main goal. That's our main focus. And that's what everything we do leads toward. But because of that, we're in so many different industries. It makes it really hard to defend against something. The climate now is so many attacks and so many people are using AI out there now to make the cyber attacks that level them up to something that we've never seen before. So we're constantly fighting, constant battle, constantly a losing battle, but we go at it every day as much as we can and do the best we can.
Excellent. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck. What does being a light mean to you?
So be the light means to me, it's doing something, trying to leave the world a little bit better than when you got here. Specifically for CyRoot, it's helping out veterans and others that need a little bit of support, getting cybersecurity related education so they can better themselves and find good employment. I wasn't in the military myself, but I feel a debt of gratitude to people that have put their lives on the line and done that for us. So if I can give back in any small way, I'm here for it.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right,
Thank you
Carl.
for having
We'll
me.
be right back. All right, and we are back with Mr. Bob Leake, one of our guest speakers tonight. Bob, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Tell us what you're going to talk about tonight without giving too much of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think the message is that we're faced with constant change in technology. And so I wanted to deliver a message based on my own experience in this concept around pivoting. And so that's as much as I'm going to share with you.
Okay, all right. That's a man after my heart because I'm all about Agile and adapting to change. So I'm looking forward to it.
Then you'll fit in perfectly with this message. Yeah.
All right, so tell us, how do you know CyRoot? How did you get involved with CyRoot?
I'm really happy to be able to support CyRoot. So I have two roles, primary roles here in the region. I'm the CIO for Clark County. And so welcome to the county. You're in the county. I know we're in the city limits, but I'm really proud of the fact that Clark County provides support for 1.1 million of the 2.3 million people that live here. And so my team and I provide all of the technology support for all the services we deliver to the county. And then my other role is I'm the president of SIM Nevada now. 2 weeks ago, we rebranded. We became a statewide organization. It had been SIM Las Vegas, but it's hard to get the Reno and Carson City folks to think, oh, I want to join SIM Las Vegas. So we thought, no, let's make it SIM Nevada. And now we have a group of people on the north side of the state that are going to become part of our membership. And then we'll expand some of our programming up into that area, given the expansion of Tesla, Switch, and the other data center companies. And then Reno and Carson City, there's 500,000 people that live up there. So I think all of them could be SIM members at some point.
And they don't know what's about to hit them. They're
Right.
going to be so happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're glad that you are able to provide that for us. Tell me, what does being the light mean to you?
You know, that phrase, I love that phrase that CyRoot has. And for me, being the light means to provide a compelling place for people to go to. And the way that I describe that is there's a compelling future for all of us that we can attain with intent. And so be the light is a role that many of us can play to create that compelling vision of the future and then help people get to that. So I embody be the light very personally because I want to help people get to that better place.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being on the show. Can't wait to see your presentation.
Thank you.
And be part of the panel, which I'm going to lead tonight. So
Excellent.
I hope I'm going to take it easy on you.
Take
Don't worry.
softballs with me. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. And we'll be right back. And we're back with one of my favorite people that I've known over the last few months, David Dodge. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Why don't you tell the people who you are? Because, I'm not going to do it justice.
My name is David Dodge. I'm the board secretary for CyRoot Academy, and I'm the owner of Affinity Learning. So I started that about 2.5 years ago. So I'm also retired Air Force, so I understand everything what CyRoot brings out to everybody. So I do that along with having my time here in Las Vegas for over 30 years. And what brought me here was I was with the Air Force Thunderbird. So I got to do a lot of fun things and travel the world.
Yes. So my brother was in the Air Force. That's why I have a special connection with you. And also, you're an educator just like I am. I educate people on how to make their lives better.
Right.
So that's why Dave and I connected so quickly
Yep.
when we first met. How did you get involved with CyRoot?
So actually one of the original co-founders with Box. So what ended up happening was I met at a PMI event, a project management event, and she was telling me the idea. I'm like, that's a great idea. And then she wrote me into actually being on the board and then being the board secretary.
Excellent.
So I've helped her grow the CyRoot to what it is today.
All right. And what does being the light mean to you?
It's about supporting the military and those underserved people. It's about giving back to them, being retired Air Force and seeing the struggles that happen for the young airmen or those people who transition from active duty to being a civilian again. That is what this means, is really bringing back what they're missing. They don't have some of those resources and they don't have the funding. I know it was like to be a young poor airman in the Air Force at that time.
Right. Yeah.
I
Which
get
my
it.
brother was one of them. So,
I get it too. I've been there, done that.
all right. Mr. David Dodge, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank
By
you.
the way, if you ever need any of the traveling tips, this is your guy right here. I'll be right back. The CyRoot dinner and networking event. Thank you for being here tonight. My name is Haas, and I am the host of Desperate Radio. We're going to have a panel. We're going to start our evening with opening remarks from our fearless leader, Asal Fox Gibson.
Because all of our scars in life, all of our traumas are caused by other people. And our success and happiness is also driven by other people. To be the light is to be the light for that person, to empower them, to create opportunities for them.
I feel like it makes me more productive. I feel like it makes me better. One of the things that AI allows us to do is soften that up. And so the point is, we don't want to take AI away. That's where the bad guys are going after. 280 million malicious extensions were downloaded unknowingly. 95% of organizations experience security incident originating from the browser.
Because about a year and a half ago, one of the people that work there that do the classes said, how do you like AI? And I said, it's like basically having a college intern that does have the job, but I still have to check their work. Fast forward to about last week, I was given a class and they stole my line and put it in the class, in their AI empowered Scrum Master class.
The people who thrive aren't the ones who avoid change. The people that thrive are the ones that learn how to pivot. Leadership takes courage. Pivoting takes courage. And so if there's anything I can leave you with, I took a courageous step in the moment, told my story, held my truth, and then was told, thank you. And that let me leave.
Well, I remember December 31st, 1999. It was the most important day of my life. I got up 3 or 4 in the morning to check the news to make sure that we're still alive. And I just kept watching every region go past midnight.
Confirm priorities, get resources, remove barriers, thank people for their hard work.
And the question about AI policy is a little too broad. There's AI policies within the organization in different departments: product, project, legal, marketing. Each one of those need an AI policy. AI for HR, AI for marketing, AI for product, AI for Agile, AI for...
If you can describe success, then we can craft a path and a method to achieve it.
All right, and we are back with Jerry Haley from CG Infinity.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
Third time, it's charmed. You can tell I've been talking a lot tonight, so my mouth
You
is a
have
little dry.
been. You really have been.
All right, Jerry, please tell us who you are and what are you doing here tonight?
I work for a company called CG Infinity out of Dallas, Texas, and we are here to support Vox and her initiative with her group that's giving back to veterans and those with disabilities in this organization. And we thought, what an admirable cause, and we had to be here to support her.
Yeah, and CG Infinity is one of the sponsors for tonight's event.
We were one of the sponsors of tonight's event, yes.
And one of CyRoot's partners, and a lot of things coming up in the future. Tell me, how do you think the event went tonight?
I thought everybody was dialed into all of the speakers that were here. It was such a diverse group of people. The knowledge base took me way back. Some of Bob's stories that he had here tonight. Boy.
.com era, right? Yeah.
I mean, his story about just when Y2K came up and the thought of just doing the right thing and how he stood up.
And when he was on the panel talking about clarity versus noise, communication and all that. And I geeked out when Bob spoke too, because again, Agile guy, so I geek out on that.
I think everybody in the room geeked out, especially when he started talking about noise and noise reduction. Yeah. Everybody was going, oh, yeah, I've heard that before, and we really tuned in that.
Yeah, and it honestly, it's been just great panel, great speakers, great event, and definitely showed people what it is to be the light. So speaking of, what does it mean to be the light to you?
Oh my gosh, that's, for me, it's a little different. For me, to be the light, I think you have to understand what not having light means. And I think if you live long enough to have enough sunrises and sunsets on this earth, you're going to come a day when you don't have the light, when you've come across some hard times, or when you've come to a point in life where you've needed somebody else to help you. Having the light means that you have had the opportunity to have either some successes or you've had the ability to have something that can help somebody else. And so giving somebody a hand up instead of a hand out, helping somebody be able to navigate forward when it just doesn't seem like they're hitting a wall. Things are just not working for them. So being the light is being able to give them that opportunity to see into the future thanks to your abilities, your gifts that you have, that maybe you didn't always have, but you do today, and you may not tomorrow. But today you chose to be humble, you chose to pay it forward, and give somebody else that opportunity. And man, those people that step into that role to be the light, to help others, truly understand, like I said at the beginning, what it was like to not have light.
Yeah. Wow. Jerry, that was very heartfelt, very authentic.
It's real,
And
man.
I
It's
couldn't be
real.
more in love with that answer. Thank you so much for being here tonight. Jerry Haley, thank you so much for being part of the show. All right. Thank you so much. All right, and we are back with one of our sponsors tonight, IBM.
Yes,
Right? Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Of course.
All right, first of all, how did you guys like the event today?
Oh, it was great. It was perfect.
All right, and tell us, how did you connect with Vox? How did you become one of the sponsors?
Actually, I've known Vox through CyRoot for a few years because my former employer did some work with her. I've known her for a few years. We reconnected at the Sim Las Vegas golf event and hit it off from there, and we've just been sponsoring events since then just because we love what she's doing.
I don't get invited to these things, like golf events and stuff like that. I get invited to MC this. Oh, man, never mind. It's a whole different kind of conversation. All right, tell me, what does it mean to be the light to you?
So when everything's going negative and everything's not looking good, I think being the light is just being the person that says, hey, let's look at the positive situation here. Let's always see what's the good and being that point of north.
Johnny?
To inspire is part of the light, as she says, but also to empower and motivate people to take charge and be responsible for their own.
Okay.
But the outcome is the same. That's the success right there.
What are you guys looking forward to in the next event?
What CyRoot has to give. Everything that we've seen so far has just been so positive and giving to not just the Las Vegas community, but beyond.
Yes.
Especially giving those opportunity to veterans, and that's big with Johnny for sure.
Yeah.
And as a veteran myself, as a disabled veteran, it's great to see Vox step up and help veterans reintegrate back into civilian life, as that was probably one of the hardest things that I did. I was very shocked as what I thought was the reality, but the reality was different. As veterans, we keep charging on and we make it happen.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you in the next event.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back. Oh, wow. What a night. It's been a long night. It's been a great night. What a great night. First, we had obviously the interviews with the participants and some of the sponsors. We talked to Asal Vox Gibson, and we asked everybody, what does it mean to be the light to you? And I might as well just give in and give my own take on what does it mean to be the light. I don't know what I'm going to say that's going to be different than anybody else that already said. Being the light, being a guiding light to someone, showing them the way. But I think being the light is also knowing when someone is in need of that light, need of that help, need of that knowledge, need of that support, is for you to recognize that and say, I can be that light. You often run into situations where you think you're not ready to be the light, but situations present themselves where you just have to be the light. I don't want to get too sentimental or sad here, but it reminds me of September 11th. I was in New York at the time. I was in Jersey, and I worked in New York, and I remember watching the news, and I remember the firefighters just going in there in droves and coming back. And one firefighter, somebody asked him, are you going back in there? And he said, yeah, because I have to. Somebody has to. And I don't know, to me, that's being the light. Like, you have to. If you can, you should. If you can, you really should, and you shouldn't wait for somebody else to be the light. The moment will present itself, and it's time for you to step up and do it. So, sorry to get a little sentimental, but it's been a great night. It's been a very touching night, and I had a great time, and can't wait to do it again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening. Please tune in for more episodes coming up, and check out the link for more live events that we'll be doing. As a matter of fact, pretty soon we're going to be doing one at Young Commons with the Elevate Office Party. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. If you want to be on the guest on the show, just let us know and we'll make sure to feature you. Thank you again. And this is Haas, and this is Desperate Radio. All right. Come on in.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks. I'm gonna stop. Can you hear him okay? Just need the microphone to be a little closer. Okay, so let's just move here. Yeah, just hang tight over there and we'll interview next. I hope we gain a couple of new followers tonight after you speak to the mic.
Oh, you will.
Anything for parents who have preteens that keep taking their money and spending them everywhere on things that are useless? Actually, I'm gonna start over, okay? All right, I messed up on that one, okay? All right, good thing that we're not going live.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Third time is charm. You can tell I've been talking a lot tonight, but I'm
You have been. You really have been.
Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Of course.
We got Mike, we got Johnny on the spot.